Today I'm canning banana nut butter. This recipe is from Suregel's website, and I'll put a link in the description box. This is real good. Be sure to read the reviews on it. The first thing I needed to do was chop my walnuts. I needed 2 cups of walnut pieces, and they had to be lightly toasted. So I put them in my toaster oven and broiled them for about 5 minutes, and I stirred them a couple of times. And then I needed to mash up some bananas. It calls for 3 cups of mashed bananas, and the recipe says that's about 10 bananas, but it only took 7. So I put the bananas in a pot, and I added 1 tablespoon of lemon juice and 1 teaspoon of fruit fresh. Then I stirred it well and added 1 box of Suregel. I added half a teaspoon of butter, and then I brought the mixture to a full rolling boil. That's a boil that doesn't stop bubbling when it's stirred. Then I decided I need a bigger pot, so I added 4 cups of sugar and half a cup of light brown sugar. Then I stirred it well and added the walnuts and 1 1/4 teaspoons of ground cinnamon and 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg. I brought it back to a full rolling boil, and I boiled it for exactly 1 minute, stirring constantly. Then I removed it from the heat, and at this point you can skim off any foam, but I didn't have any foam. So now it's ready to can. I have my lids and rings at a simmer. I have my jars hot and ready. I take a hot jar and I fill it with the banana nut butter to within 1/8 of an inch of the top. I wipe the rim of the jar clean. I added a hot lid, a hot ring. I tightened it firmly. Then I put the jar back in the water bath canner to stay warm until I had all of the jars full. Then I dropped the rack down into the water, made sure there was at least 1 inch of water covering the jars, put the lid on, brought the water back up to a boil, and I processed it for 10 minutes. When the 10 minutes was up, I turned off the heat, removed the lid, and let it sit for 5 minutes. Then I removed the jars from the pot and set them on the counter on a towel to cool. As they cool, the button on the lid will pop downward, indicating that the jar has sealed. The next day, remove the rings, wash the jars, write banana nut butter on the top, and the date that you canned them. I ended up with 7 half pints. This is real good. It could be used on pancakes or waffles, on toast, in oatmeal, as a filling in cakes, on ice cream. It's very versatile. So be sure to give it a try. I hope it helps.